All right, let's have fun here. So Ben Shapiro has a new angle to target Zohran Mamdani. And it's about how he's not a man enough for Ben. Pregnant pause.
Sorry, I was taking my creatine because I was feeling insecure about this segment.
Here we go. I mean, I don't even know why one would feel this reminds me of when Tim Pool, when we had our interview was like 3 hours long or whatever. I needed to get the hell out of there to make my flight. And he's like, one more topic. Why do you think liberals are so much uglier than conservatives?
Did you say, are you liberal?
I just wanted to be like, okay, all right, Mr. Beanie Man, you want to make this case? Glass houses. All right, Ben, let's see.
Democrats are learning that soy is actually not an amazing nutritional base for all things. They might be learning this from Zohran Mamdani, who is, of course, the likely next mayor of New York City. Now, Democrats have been claiming that he's the hot new thing in the Democratic Party, that Zohran Mamdani is going to lead the way to a bright new socialist future for America, starting with the most powerful financial capital on planet Earth. But if we're speaking about power, if we're speaking about socialist strongmen, Zohran Mamdani, it's going to be hard pressed, no pun intended, to actually be a strongman, pun intended. Zohran Mamdani yesterday showed up at the annual Men's Day Open Streets event in Brooklyn on Saturday, where a bunch of dudes were lifting, apparently. And the 33-year-old socialist, again, he's 33, which is like young in the prime of life. He tried to bench. Now, my dude, let me just say, that if you're going to do...
Can we just mark that for a sound drop, please?
Yeah, my dude.
You know, when I'm hanging out with the bros, I go, my dude, what's up with you?
Wait, he's saying it like milady.
Milady. I hope, my dude, you're not looking at the porn on the internet because that's so bad for your brain. And also,
I got to hear him talk about how he's going to talk about the fact that he clearly also couldn't clear 135.
Right.
Young in the prime of life. He tried to bench. Now, my dude, let me just say that if you're going to do something like this and you're a public figure, you have to know your limitations. Like Zohran Mamdani must have at some point been in a gym. I mean, maybe not, given how this video went. But if you don't know how much you can bench, this is not a great time to try it out. It's like in front of a giant crowd of people in the middle of a mayoral race. So he shows up.
Can you pause it?
Yeah, who cares, actually?
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know if Zohran's done this, but there are like always people playing chess in Washington Square Park, and they're like experts. If he had done and sat down with them for a campaign event and lost, would this be the critique? Like, the people that are benching and doing this competition are good at it. Zohran's a cardio king. Anyone see him walk the entire length of Manhattan that one day? That guy has great stamina. He may not be jacked, but got news for you, Ben. Some women aren't into that.
Actually, a real man would know not to embarrass himself and would be very insecure about what he's able to do and not do, and be sure not to do anything that might embarrass him. That's how a real man goes through the world, making sure that they don't ever fail in front of anybody, and because then they'll laugh at them, and you're not a real man. He I think it's actually says a lot about Zohran, how he was willing to get down on a bench and try. And I'll just say, like, he actually got a good workout in, because when you go to failure, that's actually when you're building the most muscle. So even though he wasn't able to clear a full rep without a little bit of help, he still got that good burn in, maybe a little delayed onset muscle soreness. And, he's probably come back, maybe try 135 next week. He might be able to get it.
He's been a little bit busy running for mayor. Not everybody has the luxury that Andrew Cuomo has to kind of show up in New York on occasion, stay at his daughter's apartment. Not everybody has open access to things like testosterone replacement. I mean, just saying this in theory, or human growth hormone, that kind of thing.
He's been slimming down too. He's not bulking. He's not building muscle. This is him last summer in Subway takes, and you can see he's lost a little bit of weight since
But you know why he's slimming down is because he's literally been walking across the city,
talking to people,
like an insane amount of walking. He should share his average steps in response to this,
right?
But it doesn't even dignify with a response.
Yeah, but I just want to play it a little bit.
We're already giving Ben too much credit.
I know.
Maybe let's go back to Ben first, because I want to hear him talk about, like, bro, how much can you bench, Ben? Can you get the bar up?
Yeah, let's get a video of it.
See that.
Yes.
And he takes a couple of 45s, like 2 plates, and he stacks them on the bar. So this is maybe 135 pounds total. And now let's just be clear. A decent bench for a man is his own body weight. And that's like a decent bench for a man. Zoran Mamdani, I assume, weighs more than 135 pounds. Maybe not.
Can I say, like, it's not a decent... You're doing well if you can bench your weight.
I
He
could
doesn't
never.
know he's reading this. He doesn't know anything about a gym.
That's
He
the
has a
point.
teleprompter.
It's
in front of
about
him.
135. No, it's pretty definite. That's exactly how much
40
it
plus
is.
45 plus 45.
I mean, look, I mean, it's different for women, I guess, but I mean, if you're able to bench your body weight, you're pretty damn strong,
Oh, that's
at least in my book.
really good for women, but for
Yes.
men, like that, I would bet thousands of dollars that Ben Shapiro cannot bench his own meager body weight.
We should challenge him. He should do this. Glass houses,
Yes.
buddy.
Also, if he's embarrassed on like displays of like weak macho masculinity, he should shave that fucking beard.
I would like to see Ben Shapiro try to do 150-pound.
That
bench
beard has
press.
taken him 6 years, I think, to grow in.
Yeah, it's still pretty rough. Too.
Right, and it's like at least shave it down a little bit, but it's like the in between stubble
The patch.
piece.
He thinks
Yeah.
he's like Kurt Russell or something.
Oh,
like, it's
no.
my 5 o'clock shadow.
But come on, Ben, get down with 150 pounds.
Decent bench for a man. A decent bench for a man is his own body weight. And that's like a decent bench for a man. Zoran Mamdani, I assume, weighs more than 135 pounds.
Like you need to be benching to bench your own weight. Nobody just sits down for the first time because they're in
Exactly.
good shape. And so, like, okay.
Maybe not, but I for a man. Zoran Mamdani, I assume, weighs more than 135 pounds. Maybe not, but I assume that he does.
Yeah.
135 pounds is not a lot of weight. Like, not a lot of weight at all. Now, I'm not a bench press
Let's drop
enthusiast.
some on your head.
For the record, I
135
max out
pounds.
at around
See if
200
that's a lot of
pounds.
weight.
I'm not like an amazing... I'm not a bench press enthusiast.
Wait.
For the record, I max out at around 200 pounds. So I'm not like an
I don't believe
amazing
it.
bench pressed connoisseur.
Connoisseur.
Even I
We talking
can
about
lift
whiskey?
135 pounds, probably 15 times, because that's not a lot of weight. Zoran Mamdani, it doesn't go well. Here's how it went.
I mean, we don't need to see it. Ben, you have to show us you doing that amount of weight 15 times.
Please.
With no assistance like Zoran got. Let's see it. The idea that he can do 200 pounds, I think, is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I would like to see it. Facts over feelings. Facts over assertions.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit. Trump is a fat, lazy, like out of shape, ignorant idiot.
The health secretary is never nude.
The health secretary is using
Growth hormone.
human growth hormone. I mean, I don't want to get sued, but it appears that he might be supplementing, and he's quite red all the time, which is a bit of a side effect of some of these drugs that help people like look kind of freakish later in their life. Zoran looks like a normal person, but I think New Yorkers. They wanted somebody who was going to bring down the rent, freeze it, provide universal childcare, free buses. But gosh, can he bench? Republicans, their sense of masculinity on this front, it's amazing to me because like I don't want to betray too much about my like sensibilities, but for men, when I see a guy that's juiced up like that, I would run the other way. I've been in a relationship for like over 8 years, but like even just in terms of aesthetically, it signals
like the
to me.
Joe Rogan Tomato Man?
Oh, I do not like Joe Rogan Tomato Man. Like if you're the kind of guy that is that obsessed, first of all, you probably are like, extremely vain. And you have a little bit more time on your hands to do that kind of thing. Like bodybuilding is interesting or whatever, right. But the idea that is what masculinity should be is the kind of thing you hear from men that don't really perform like positive masculinity in your life, which is about like taking care of your family, being a good and honest, reliable person. And that's what, and I would identify with as masculine.
It's a type of conspicuous consumption at a certain point to
right.
be so, and being a media professional, like I'm in good shape because much easier job than somebody who works 8 to 5 o'clock and is completely worn out by it. Like, my hours are much better, so I can go to the gym.
But that's the thing. That's like, but you know, it's about like shaming people for also oftentimes not like having the free time or the financial resources to be able to do all of this kind of stuff.
Right.
You know, you see how beauty standards change throughout time. For example, being tan became like the hot thing to look like in like the 80s or the 90s in Western culture, and has persisted because in the past, being tan or sun-kissed indicated you were working in the fields and you were poor. Now it means you have the time to vacation.
Go do some squats.
Same thing with like women's muscle mass, right? You were supposed to be a desirable woman, pale and a little bit mushy, because that meant you weren't exerting yourself that much and you were there for childbearing. Now washboard abs, whatever. This men's stuff, it's the same thing. Like, they are creating these beauty standards and insecurities for men with this rigidity that only can be lived up to if you have the financial means and the time off to work out in that way, or if you have the money to get like supplementary help, which it seems like basically every conservative influencer is partaking in right now.
Or you could be like Ben and just lie.
Yeah.
Not do that at all.
Shortcut. Tom C., I would pay every single cent I own to bet against Ben Shapiro benching 200. I mean, we already know he's living in a fantasy world, but he's going way too far on this one.
200 pounds?
Majority Report wardrobe coordinator points out Ben Shapiro can't satisfy his wife. Yeah. That's the thing that's a little more masculine in my
wife.
view. Right.
Who's a fully educated woman, empowered to, be out in the workplace.
Right.
We support that. Does Ben?
Not
publicly, at least?
Not so much. MPG, due to use steroids equal rage abuse risk, most women run the other way. The other Biden, times a week I could do 135, 140 pounds max, and I am much bigger than Shapiro. Yeah, I know men can do better than that, but still.
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe Ben can do 135 better than Zoran can, and that's frankly a big maybe. I feel extremely gracious granting that. He cannot do it 15 times, and he cannot do 200 pounds.
Right. Noel from San Francisco. Emma, what can you bench? When I was working out pretty hard prior to the wedding, really not that much. Like, I think I was doing, like, with the bar, I'm trying to calculate it, with 15s on each, or sometimes 20 with a spotter on each, plus the bar. What's that?
That's 80 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, but now
well, you can't be mayor.
Now I put like 10 pounds on or 5 pounds on, but it's harder as a woman. You got some stuff in the way.
You should challenge Megyn Kelly to a bench pressing contest.
My legs my legs are pretty strong.
Did you see Riley Gaines being like, I can bench more than the man? It's like, we don't see any contradiction.
Yeah, right.
I did not see that. Oh my god.
Maybe you want to sit this one out, actually.
Yeah.
Keep things consistent. Attention? Yeah, Riley.
Yeah, right, sure.
It doesn't make sense, but okay, grab it.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.